servicing Merlo. Everything is extremely accessible. As you can see here, this 40.17 has got a 3.6 litre Deutz engine. It's Tier 3, and it's intercooler turbo. It has a driven load sensing hydraulic pump, so it takes the stress and strain of your engine. And again, very easy to service and maintain with separate oil tanks for the hydrostatic transmission fluid. Here we have the radiator header tank, and again, battery, fan, alternator, all easy accessible. We've got solid protection here from what's called the Merlo ring of steel. This is 70mm solid steel bar, cold bending. It's also got a fabricated rear axle, so it can withstand stress loads under industrial conditions, and the red switches at the top are the safety overload for the safe lowering of the machine's stability. From the left hand side of our machine, we see here we have the ram stay, so when operators are working on the machine they can have a ram stay for security. This is brought about with the compliance of the Australian standard AS 14, 18, 19 for telehandler standards. We can also see from here we have very easy accessibility and visibility of the hydraulic tank for supplying the oil for all of the boom functions, side shift functions and frame leveling, and adjacent to that is the lockable fuel cap for the 150 litre diesel tank. We can have a complete open door, or people wish we could have what's called a stable door position. With today's modern machines having air conditioning, it's always prudent to keep that door completely closed to give the air conditioning a chance. Ease of accessibility to reach into the machine, and plenty of length in the seating for even the largest of figures. Good steering position with an alteration of the steering angle if required. We have the forward and reverse lever situated here, as well as we have the range speed, first and second range going from first gear from 0 to 14 kilometers, and second range going from 0 to 40 kilometers operated through a fully hydrostatic transmission. This gives extremely progressive movements when operating the machine, and it eliminates any jerk or potential swing of an item that's being carried on a hook. We have 3 steering modes here. We have crab steer, 2-wheel steer, and obviously 4-wheel steer. 2 switches here are used to activate the front stabilizer feet independently to get your frame leveling. We then go across to the machine, and we can also chassis level here from the rocker switch. We have the safety override key for operating in normal fashion or in an emergency override situation where we can override and retract and retrieve the situation. We have a complete emergency stop with a release. We have a selector switch in this particular machine which is allowing us to use the basket control as we have on the front, or just a pure telescopic handler. We have also an emergency lowering system that in the event of an operator or a failure within the basket, there is a method of retrieving the boom and bringing it down to ground. On the side here we have our 2 standard load charts used within the telescopic handler. With our machine there are 2 load charts, one for on tires and one is for on stabilizers here with your feet down. We have a second chart on this side here which is for the elevated work platform In this case, we can achieve a maximum height of 18.9 meters to the top of the man's head, with a forward extension of 11.1 meters. The basket is rated to 300 kilograms, and it has its own load cell for minimizing the opportunity for overloading the basket. There's a selector lever within the machine which allows us to select either auto, fork position, 1.5 meter load centers, or 4 meter load centers. We also have a descent switch, so in the event of using a hook, and rather than creating a snatch on lowering, we can decrease the lowering speed with this attachment here. The Merlo basket system is allowing us complete controls of the machine as far as boom extension, boom angle is concerned, chassis side shift, and also the rotation of our basket from 90 degrees left or right of center as we are sitting at the moment. It has a safety or dead man switch on the right hand side, which then allows us to enable individual switch controls for boom extension, retraction, basket rotation, left or right, chassis side shift, left or right, and boom elevation up or down. We can start, we're going to use the horn as an emergency, and we have extra lighting implied if required for lighting. We have an emergency stop here, which allows us to completely isolate the basket's controls of any movement whatsoever. We also have indicators here that will warn us if our basket is not level or we are exceeding our weight limit of 300 kilograms.